a senior. And my background is in life and health insurance. And so the challenge that I was facing, or the problem that I was helping our clients, is giving them resources, whether it's housing or food or medical. And so that is why Senior Resource Network came about. Senior Resource Network is a benefits corporation, which just means that we are an elite group. There are only 3,000 benefit corporations in the United States. Why did we choose a benefit corporation? Because we are a for-profit organization. We're not a nonprofit. As a for-profit organization, we have a social responsibility, and that's to our seniors. And so on the social responsibility side, we do a lot of case managing, guiding them into the direction that, and a specific need that they have. Whether we do fundraising for bridging that gap for seniors who make too much money to be able to qualify for benefits, right? And so there's a place for everyone. So we have real services for, the underprivileged that meet the minimum requirements. But for Senior Resource Network, we needed to bridge that gap. We have seniors that were losing their homes, and so we fundraise and bootstrap. And I learned that through the cohorts, through Cindy Cohen's See to Your Health Women's Initiative, and 2020, alongside us Notre Dame South Bend Entrepreneurship Program. So I ran those simultaneously. So I got a lot of information. So going forward, things you probably didn't know. And so I'm going to that pitch. So I'm gonna switch and fast forward. Protecting our seniors from unscrupulous business practices. Things you may not know, in the year 2034, there will be 77 million people that will be 65 and older. And what does that mean for each and every one of you in this room? We're better together. So we are all going to age. And so even if you're not going to be 65 in the year 2034, you know somebody that is.
Doggone it.
Huh?
Dang it.
Yeah.
I was doing math.
Way before that.
Yeah.
Right. So we're preparing for the silver tsunami. So our business is akin to an Angie's List. And so we're a digital marketing guide in the medical, legal, financial, home and auto, and personal. Those are the individuals that are in our network. Why we believe the Senior Resource Network is a much needed service is this enables the businesses to adapt their offering and strategies to effectively address the evolving needs of our demographic. So we need each and every one of you and your business to join together. And so some of the milestones the Senior Resource Network has, we've reached as we were the class of 2020, that should say 2020, See to Your Health Initiative, also Notre Dame Adversity Entrepreneur Program. We just had our Night to Remember Gala at the Century Center. We, last year in August, we had our senior fair, and then throughout the year, we have bingo day parties for our seniors, and they love that. And so here's some of the testimonies, that we've, been able to provide services for our seniors. A safe, clean living facility for an 85-year-old lady that lived in a homeless shelter. Mind you, a few years ago, she was well-to-do. When I say well-to-do, what happened is her husband died. And she didn't have the resources, and she didn't have the background because her husband took care of everything. So we see that common, it's very common.
Absolutely.
in the age where the wife stayed home and she took care of the household, and the husbands were out and they took care of, the finances and everything else. And so what she found herself in a position where she didn't even know how to pay those bills, which landed her into, her house got foreclosed on, in Granger, and she ended up in a homeless shelter. And so through, an outreach program, an individual said, call Maria, she'll know what to do. I really didn't know what to do, but I knew how to bootstrap, and I knew how to, utilize the resources that I had in the community, that we all work in. We had a gentleman that, got messed up on his checking account and found himself in a position where his house went into foreclosure. So we partnered with, one of our business partners that helped him get out of that house, and then another business partner helped them get into a living facility that he could afford. And then, we helped, an individual in my community, with, a vet ramp, a ramp for a veteran. And just from, doing research, on our social side, I was able to find, some resources for this vet so they wouldn't have to pay for a ramp. Let's see. So challenges. One of the biggest challenges that I'm facing is a web page design that is able to keep up with the rapidly changing needs. I also need more volunteers for our fundraisers to bridge those gaps for our seniors. And then obviously, as we all know, we need staff, and I need more staff. But I can't have staff if I don't have money to pay the staff.
Yeah.
So, and I say all that to say I need more business partners because we are better together. So I'm not real savvy with this, so I didn't have my little Facebook icon. I did find my icon for my IG, but I'm also on a couple of other sites Senior Resource Network is. And so there it is.
Good job.
Maria Fleming, Senior Resource Network.
All right.
I don't know if that was 6 minutes, but I did my best.
No, you did fantastic, and we'll open for Q&A, but I did go ahead and pull your website. Or your Facebook. Oh, your Facebook.
Excellent.
So, what questions do we have for Maria?
Not so much a question as a, just letting everyone know, Maria helped me save my house. I was in forbearance and
Wonderful.
she helped me find a grant that got my house caught up. So that's the only reason I have
Yay!
a right now.
Great. Yeah.
So thank you, Maria.
I have not so much a question either, but a comment. So I've been in mortgage for a while, but I've been in banking for 15 years. And those scenarios that you gave, like I've seen those firsthand. It is extremely common for older men, especially those that are in the 60s and older right now, to just handle all of the finances and not teach or share anything with their spouse. And then men never think they're gonna die, and so they pass away, and then people don't know what to do. So my suggestion would be, that was a fantastic testimonial. That's a story. That's a
There you
really
go.
good story to tell, and basically share, because that's a really common scenario.
To prepare people for
And to
that,
prepare
think,
people.
it's like, hey, you could leave here and get in an auto accident. I mean, any of us could. So it's like, to be in preparation for that, especially getting older, seniors do need to realize somebody needs to know what's going on, and documentation. If it's not documented, it's like the state's gonna take it all, those kinds of things. And you know that, Maria, it's very sad.
Yeah.
These things happen probably more than we even realize,
That's a good part. It's a genuine part that can be in your pitch.
That's
and a
awesome.
marketing piece.
Okay.
So what type of business partners would you be looking for?
So our network consists of medical, legal, financial, home and auto, and personal. So and then there are 108 subcategories within that. So what is your business?
I'm a print shop.
I'm sorry, a print shop. Okay, so perfect. How would you fit into that category? You wouldn't fit into that category, but you could help the business partners that are in the network. And so we have an ecosystem where we're helping each other. So we're helping connect with our seniors, but we're also connecting within our ecosystem. So your services would be best utilized in a package deal where, you know, they're in the network and you'd be able to also benefit from the network as well.
Do you do, sorry, I raised my hand. Darn these men. Do you do any type of like workshops or seminars or anything like that?
So, when I was in life and health insurance, I would do like discovery
Okay.
workshops all the time, financial workshops, but I don't do them so much now. I do more fun things with our seniors,
Okay,
because that's what they really care about.
okay.
So I connected those business partners with those seniors, so that they're still having fun, but getting some much needed information. So
Okay.
that's where I partner with my business partners. I failed to share with you guys that everywhere Senior Resource Network goes, you guys go, which means I have 5 events coming up. So every time I'm at a vendor booth, all of your marketing material is at my table. And if you would like, you can have a couple hours at that table, and you don't have to pay. So once you pay the one-time annual fee, then everywhere I go, you go. But there's a lot of perks with that small amount, so.
Do you
Actually,
have-
I don't have a question either, I just have to, I wish you would have been here before my dad.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, God.
It's hard on the kids too, when
Yeah.
there is no spouse. My dad was a vet,
Mm.
he had no resources. And he told me nothing, no doctor's appointment, no nothing. So when he started to deteriorate, he was mad, he was angry, and he didn't know how to handle it. But he wouldn't let anyone help him, because he was strong, and he was,
Sure.
so it would have been nice to have some of those services that he could go to. He didn't want to be a burden to anybody. So I didn't know as a kid, you know, I was a grown adult with my own kids taking care of him.
Right.
And I didn't know anything until I started making him, I'm going to the doctors. I'm going to the home loan people. You have to tell me these things.
Right, and
So-
we're finding that more and more that our children, well, we're
Yep.
Gen X. So we're the ones that are taking
They
care of our
raised us to
parents.
be this stubborn.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Amen, hallelujah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, we had to figure it out, right? We had to figure this out. Yeah, we were the lock-key kids and we had to figure it out,
Yeah.
right? So I thank you so much for sharing that intimate detail with me, and that fuels me to do more.
Yeah.
Like, how can I do more?
And there's
And
your
so-
testimony right there.
Absolutely.
I would
Don't
love
leave.
to be involved in some of your events
Yes,
and
I would
helping
too.
you plan and organize those.
Mm-hmm.
I do, I had just this one fundraiser, for my great niece who was autistic, and it was small, but they wanted to grow. A lot of people that did come are like, we'll be here next year, we'll do it annually. So it's just to raise money, it's not for me or the family, we send it to the Autistic Society, the Autism Society, for funding for research. So I would love to help be involved.
Perfect.
Are all
perfect.
these events that are coming up on your website?
I'll
five
post
of
it
them?
on my Facebook page.
Okay, good.
Because my
good,
website is down.
good, okay,
But I'll post it on my Facebook
okay,
page.
good, good.
Hi, Maria, is it a nonprofit or sorry.
We're a benefits corporation, meaning we make money, but,
Oh, sorry, you said that.
yeah, a B Corp has
Yeah,
a
I've heard
social
that.
responsibility.
Okay, but so you need, how do you make money?
I guess that's my question too, that was kind of like,
Right, so our business partners pay an annual fee.
Oh, and then
um,
you connect them with the seniors so they can service, okay.
Absolutely, and
Okay.
then, so that's our mainstream of income, but we do fundraisers,
Yeah, I see.
which we're, connected with, a local non-for-profit organization, and I think that she's either presented here or she's getting ready to, GW Solutions.
She's already presented.
Okay, so that's who I partnered with, and she charges a very minimal percentage, which allows me, to be able to market to the bigger corporations that want that tax deduction that I don't have. I don't have time to form my own not-for-profit.
There you go.
And being able to do all of those things when I can give it to a trusted local professional and go, okay, this is your lane, I'm gonna stay in my lane and do what I do best, and you do what you do best, and then together, we're gonna make it happen.
So can you get grants though? Okay.
I can through, working with GW Solutions, or it's actually Comcast Connect Foundation.
Okay. I know the St. Joseph County had some kind of senior initiative where they were putting out a survey.
Yeah, but they don't, it's not as, like, they do, and I will say the counties and the municipalities, they try,
Yeah.
but they don't have that kind of heart to do it. They try and get out there, they try and do stuff, but they don't have the reach that the private sector can get to. And I was just thinking, like, for you to get the message out to the multitudes, I can see it, I can see the heart, I can see the motivation, I can see the engagement that you have for this and the passion you have for this, and that's gonna far exceed what the public sector can do. Like, being able to get your name out there and get your information out there and drive people to you, I think I'll show everybody how to like the page and connect your people to her, but we gotta get your name out there. We gotta get you out in front of more people.
Yeah, definitely a business with purpose.
I got 3 referrals for her, like, with health market agents that we work with, so.
Perfect,
Awesome.
perfect, thank you.
I was gonna ask if you have any kind of, where you go into some of the emergency medical services that are in the area, only because my husband's a firefighter from Mishawaka. One of the things, men having to come home, a lot of them, and they hold a lot of what they see, what they go through. So definitely in our household and with a lot of the newer training that happens is to talk about these things. So a lot of times he comes home and I hear the stories when it's the emergency medical staff. When the falls happen, they go into these homes, they see the conditions that people are in, but if it is not dire, there is still running water, there's still heat, they don't have to tell anybody. There's a major bridge gap between what is actually bad enough, where I feel like that would be a really good spot. Not only that, but a lot of these guys, they work a third of the month, so they have other businesses. So not only do they emotionally have to deal with what they see and take bad cases in like that and don't have anybody to report it to, they also would have the businesses to be able to back when their heart is in it as well. That would be a really good spot. I know he's worked for Clay, for Penn, for Mishawaka. I mean, the whole area, even places you would not think, it's awful conditions. So that would be a really good spot.
About that.
You know what else I was thinking, WNDU called me, it was years ago. It was in the springtime and they wanted to do a spring little gig on TV. I think it was a Saturday morning. And I called them to get a copy of my thing from years ago to put on my website, but they invited me to come back. That might be something, I think it's WNDU, to reach out to and say you'd like to see if they'll put you on TV on the Saturday morning for a little
The
while.
hometown living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on there,
Oh, you
when
were?
we did our senior event.
Okay.
Last year when we did, the senior resource fair.
Okay, so now you call them again and say, hey, you guys had me last year, I'd love to come back, because they're always looking to fill
Spots,
spaces,
mhm.
like the
Yeah.
South Bend Tribune used to, you know, you have to fill all the pages, so call them again, that's huge. Everybody's-
WNIT has that program,
Yeah.
is it something, Michiana?
There you go, yeah, WNIT.
So Senior Resource Network has a platform, on, WNIT.
Oh.
So Senior Resource Network, so we have our own television show.
Oh, wow.
And so our members also are also on our show, promoting their business.
What is the annual fee?
For the WNIT?
No, to be a partner with you,
So it's only $500
okay, and that's for a year?
A year.
for a year.
Right,
And so our goal next year is going to be a sliding scale because there are so many benefits. but not, it's gonna be more a la carte for some,
Uh-huh.
depending on where you are in your business. Because it's like, as an example, we're all going to Mexico and I sit in, coach and you sit in first class. We are going to the same place,
Yeah,
but we pay a different price.
right, exactly,
But we're our end goal is to get to Mexico, but it
right.
just depends on what our specific needs were.
It's
So,
like in
yeah.
our church, we say not equal giving, but equal sacrifice, kind of same concept, you know?
Mhm.
It's
Right,
like, hey,
right.
we're all kind of in this together, but
Mhm.
everybody's at a different level.
Right.
Yes, I was just gonna, you had mentioned that your website is down currently. I was just wanted to offer myself as a resource to you, and moving forward with the website build. That's what we do.
Oh, okay. And then the other challenge for that is the finances on that part. So we've talked to many people, and here's what happened. We had a website, it was okay, but it wasn't as functional as I needed to be. And I needed to be able to get in there when I had business partners to plug them in. And so I didn't know if I was saying the wrong things or the right things that I need. I guess what I really need is a digital web guide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody to kind of just help you along with what your goal is with the website, kind of help you with that direction. Is that what you're?
So I guess just like a digital guide. So when they get on my page, they go, okay, medical, click on it, it falls down, and they go, oh, St. Joseph County and Memorial's on here, and,
That is
some of the
big,
private
yeah.
sector doctors, and,
Yeah, okay.
so that.
Just a workflow, basically, your potential customers, just a workflow that they would follow for ease, less clicks, and it makes it easy for them to get to the end point where they want to go or where you want them to be. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
And so do you guys, so I did connect with CodeWorks, but I didn't get the grant this year because I believe that mine was just a little bit more complex than what they were looking to do, because they only had a small amount of money to be able to spread out for, they said between 5 and 7 web designs that they were gonna be able to do for 2024, and then 2025, they'll open it back up. But I did call them and email them saying, hey, if someone drops out, I can slide in there,
I just wanted to
or,
offer, and not necessarily to build you a website, but just to offer my assistance to help you with what you have today. Because I do understand that budget is huge for everybody, it is a big impact. So I just wanted to offer, basically, anything that I can offer you at no charge, I'm going to offer.
oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
So-
so I can help you along with that.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what this meeting is for.
That is absolutely.
Just as an additional comment, if there's ever a time where there's needing moving or trash resources, I definitely would like to
See?
figure out how to.
You probably come across a lot of that, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, I can picture firemen seeing stuff, having conversations, going in, like that is exactly what
The
this is about.
ecosystem,
That's
yeah.
what this is
Yeah,
about. That's what this
exactly.
community is about. That's why we're removing barriers to have access to all these ideas, the entrepreneurial spirit, and to help people grow, people that are doing meaningful work and have a great vision, and you certainly do. So, let's give Maria a great round of applause.
I have my business cards over, I'll just have to put them at the desk.
Okay, one thing I would